Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Darwin Football Stadium. This is Larrakia Park on Larrakia Nation. I want to thank the elders past, present and those emerging for permission to play our beautiful game here on what will be a windy day here at Main Field. It's sort of coming in from the north west at times and swinging around, but and a bit of bite in that sun as well. So I can see both teams warming up and they're all hugging the shade at the moment. I've got Morris Diago. Morris, come in here. You're going to be our expert analyst again today. That wind's going to move our wigs around, so it'll also move the players around, the ball around. Do you think the weather will play much today other than the heat?
Look, obviously the weather has a bit of impact when you're lobbing those balls
yes.
in. But if they're playing that ground football and to feet, obviously it's a matter of what tactics they use for the day.
Yeah, and you're always on about put it on the ground, keep it on the ground, play it along the ground. So hopefully we'll see that today. So we'll see Azzurri, who are currently fourth on the table, up against Darwin Hearts, who are fifth. This will be a really tight contest. Both teams are coming off different sort of scenarios, but both will bring, I'm sure, plenty of energy and commitment to the game, despite the heat that's out there. So this shadow will move across the ground as this game progresses and hopefully give them some respite. But this is dry season, tropics, Northern Australia, Northern Territory, and specifically here at Darwin and Marara. It can be very hot, and it is a little bit that way today. My name is Bruce Stalder. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back shortly to bring you what we think is going to be a fascinating game of Men's Premier League. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be back shortly. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you're watching on any of your screens anywhere around the country and around literally the world, mate, Morris Diagro will be giving us expert analytic commentary here today. My name is Bruce Stalder. This is Football Northern Territory's Men's Premier League in the north end of Australia. As we said earlier, the tropics, and this is our dry season. We won't see any rain today. We've got a little bit of cloud around, which might give the players some respite. But there's some bite in that sun out there, and there's plenty of it on the pitch too. So we're on Larrakia Park at this Darwin Football Stadium, and our main field here where there's plenty of sunshine. So it will have impact in this game. It will slow down some of the dynamic play that we see from both these sides. They're really good on the ball. And currently the team running from right to left on your screen is University of Azzurri, and they are in their traditional royal blue and with the white socks. And they're up against Darwin Hearts, who are in the red and navy. And Hearts sit fifth on the table. Port Darwin had a really good game last night, Morris. They got their first win for the year, and they did it in style. They were down to 10 men. It was adversity everywhere, and a really good scoreline, 4-2. So over Casuarina, of all people, too, the champions and current premiers. Yeah. So that was a real good thing for them. So
fantastic. The
season's looking really strong. The teams are getting better each and every week, and of course we're getting that fitness now that is so important up here in the north end, where you do get this heat. So you need to be as fit as you can be. So this is round 7. So 6 rounds since we rejoined football after COVID. And we are, again, still one of the rare places in the country and around the world you can play football with a crowd too. So school holidays here in Northern Territory, so a lot of people enjoying the great outdoors. And we open up our borders on July 17, so that's Friday of next week, which will be significant, not only just for tourism, but also how important it will be to make sure we protect our communities, our Indigenous communities right through the Northern Territory. So this horrible COVID-19 thing doesn't go anywhere into them or into Darwin, Katherine, any of our major cities and towns. Right, we're into the 2-minute mark. Morris, I have to ask you, what do you see coming from both these teams? You know them well, particularly Uni Azzurri. What do you think Michael Reditis would be saying to his team today? That's Uni Azzurri.
Well, funny you should say that. I had a word with Michael downstairs just before kick-off, and he was saying, is there a drinks break? That's number one. And look, it's a funny one. I said, no, mate, you're going to have to do it without a drinks break. But no, on the serious side, he basically said not to play their game, break them down in the centre of the park, and basically play an Azzurri game, which is opening, getting those fast ball players at the front, right there through the tunnel, if you like. Yep. And he said that he was trying to break that midfield down of Hearts, which did them over last time they played, and they lost 1-0 to Hearts in the last encounter. So learning from their last time they met, and also just, as you said, playing their own game, which is a bit of a mantra with coaches that they do, but it's so hard for players to stick to game plans and play their own game. So you're really off this completely, as you said, remind them before the game, remind them at half-time again, and sometimes during the game. Thanks, Morris. I'll also ask you about Hearts, a team that has so much promise, so much skill. What do you see their coach, Damien Aldridge, saying them today? Well, pretty much, don't lose composure. He's a dangerous role, but sorry, Morris, up here. Go ahead, mate. That's all right. But well kept in, the ball's still in. So well played by the more experienced player there in the Hearts. And that's the captain too, Kasim Kine there, number 18, who kept that ball in off the goal line. And effective defensive work from him. And they've now got the referee's decision their way. Yeah, Morris, what do you think from Hearts? Well, like I said, basically it's a matter of just playing their game as well. They've got a tactic where they know they've got legs. They've got plenty of legs. They've been training. They're a fit side. Like I said, talking to the coach of Azzurri, they said they're about 60 to 70% fit across the board. He said they're getting fitter as the rounds go by. Yep. Hearts can brag a bit more fitter than that, and they're going to play on that. They're going to use that to their advantage. And that gentleman on the ball then, Bayoni Omai, can be really dangerous sitting up the front of the Hearts as well. So we'll look out. His battle goes with the defensive line, which includes Peter Reditis in there, and we'll let you know who the other 3 players are. We've got a corner kick here now for Uni Azzurri.
But Jordan Pedigree's normally on the left. He is again.
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Yep. And we'll just see who's meeting up and heading towards the number 9 for Uni Azzurri, for Hearts, is, as I said, Baimi Anai, dangerous player. And at the moment, looks like Alvin Dingle's going to have to look after him. Right, this is Uni Azzurri's first attacking raid. 5 minutes in. Coach is barking the orders. Are you all marked up? We'll see. Here he comes in, moves in on the right foot, puts it in. It's a nice flighted ball and goes into the hands of the keeper. A great stopper he is. And he's there once again, Jordan Stoppard, who's also a great communicator, which is really important, Morris, with your keeper. He really does organise his defensive four.
Definitely. He's got safe hands as well. He's real calm. He doesn't panic. I've seen in the previous matches he's played, and it's very important to have that in the keeper.
And especially in the heat too, because you know you get fatigued. You make poor decisions when you're fatigued. You just need gentle reminders. Sometimes not so gentle.
Yeah, exactly.
To be on the game.
Yeah,
and to your point, play your own game. He's a player who's crucial. Tiga Ajiki with that ball there, number 10, playing in the midfield today, which is a place that he probably prefers to play. He likes to be on the ball more often.
That. Yeah, he does that.
Here's an opportunity. He's going to turn on the inside now. Some calm defensive play from a guy that's always calm in the back there. And Drew Brakaki, number 2. So well played, Drubra. Now it's come out through their captain. And Kasim Kine moves forward. There's an infringement. And Hearts will move forward. I'm looking for 3 as well on our team sheets. Doesn't seem to be a 3 today, but there is a 3 out there. So we'll get that sorted out by our football operations manager. Surrender to Dawadi when we can find him. So number 6 on the ball now for Uni Azzurri. As I said, he'll have a principal and significant role today. That's Abiy Amosa on the ball right now. Mountain of a man. Him and Tiga in the midfield. Very strong individuals, strong personalities, strong physical players. There's one of them now, Tiga Ajiki on the ball. Goes back to Dingle. Dingle goes to a ball we talked about earlier. So Amosa, just touching the ball around at the moment. Uni Azzurri, what you expect, Morris, in the first 8 minutes. Both teams, I guess, it's a bit like fencing, you know, just trying each other out. Haven't made any crucial moves yet.
Yep. And they're just going to do that. Oh, that's a bit of a heavy tackle there. But they're going to do that. They're going to test each other in the first 15 minutes. And then, obviously, you should see halfway through this half a bit more up-tempo and trying to take some risks.
And the game opening up too, I guess, yeah. What is more than likely. Player still down. It looks like it's Reditas who's a tough nut.
Yep, that's Peter.
It is.
Yep.
He's up now. He fell awkwardly.
He normally shakes those off. He is a tough boy.
Yeah.
He is. See how serious it is? Yep, he's walking away.
Got the ball across the goal, which will be encouraging for Uni Azzurri and their coach Michael Reditas. And it's a player that's always very comfortable on the ball. Scored a couple of goals for your club already. The player I'm talking about on the far side, he's on the Northcrest scoreboard side. Nathaniel Paradides.
Yeah, he's a great talent.
He is. He's one of those people he looks like 20 years older.
Yeah.
He really is. You know what I mean? Look at his passport and go, what senior citizens home are you from?
Exactly.
But he's only a baby, and he's such a presence on the field.
Yep.
Really calm when he gets a chance too. Okay, here we have the ball put forward too to a loping run from a player again who can have some trouble. He's moved into the pitch, and again, great work. Drew Bukaki followed him, shadowing him. Haven't got the ball out of there yet. Still dangerous. That's Bamali on the ball there. Number 21 wins it for his team. They push it out, but not as far as they thought it was going to go. They all sort of turned away, except for Bamali. Oshim Bamali, number 21, been selected in the NT Select Under 23 side. Oshim has. It's a bit of Osham has, as a real tribute to his performance this year, also to his club, Darwin Hearts. Only a young boy, tall fella, 21 over there now in the red and navy for Darwin Hearts. Another 21 on the ball then too. That's Anthony Delembo. Anthony will patrol that midfield and have a shot this time. It'll go harmlessly across goal. We'd have to save the early rounds. The few parries have been up this end, Uni Azzurri, which we call the McMillan's Road end of Larrakia Park. So to their advantage at the moment, Morris.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, the coach will want to keep all that play in the Hearts side of the park. So yeah, it's all promising stuff. And like I said, it's early days. See how we go, how we progress.
And how early, to Morris is saying, it's 10 minutes into this match. It's a round 7 match. It's Men's Premier League here in Darwin. If you don't know where Darwin is, in the Northern Territory, the northern part of Australia, up in the tropical end. We're about 20% of the land mass of Australia, and Australia is a significantly large continent. And we are the home. 30% of our population identifies Indigenous, and we're so happy to be here at Larrakia Park today on Larrakia Nation, and thank the elders, the past, present, and those emerging in the Larrakia Nation for permission to play this beautiful game here, Morris.
Yes,
and a game
indeed.
that's beautiful and hot
it is
today.
Very.
Yeah, and this wind, it's got a bit of heat in it as well. You know, sometimes you never get really a cooling wind, but you get some sense of relief out of it. But this one's it's just sort of moving the heat from one side to the other.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm in the shade, mate. I'm glad.
Yeah. You like your sofa we got for you?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, mate.
Harvey
Thank
Norman. Get a plug in.
Well done, Harvey Norman.
Yes, thank you. Pedigree on the ball now. Amosa on there. He's been brought down by number 3, who's not on our team sheet. So we'll call him the Invisible Man for now.
Yes, number 3, the Invisible Man.
It
looks
good. It looks like Child Jock to me, but it may not be. Right, 17 on the ball then. That's Sharan Schreffler.
Yes, he's given a penalty.
Yeah, he has. Lots of shaking of the hands from the defensive lineup, but they knew. Their heads have dropped, but they knew. You always tell a defensive line when they know it's a penalty.
Yeah, and you know how important it is to call the penalty. I mean, it's not cheating in the game. It's part of the game. Is if you think he's gone down, your teammates automatically look at the referee and call for it and play for it.
Morris Diago giving us our expert insights here today. This is a round 7 match. We're only 12 minutes in. On the ball is a very dangerous player. Ntiga Ajiki, number 10, plays in the NT Northern Knights. Absolute major player in our game up here. He's on the ball. Whistle about to come from the keeper. Stoppard is in. Stoppard makes himself bigger if he can. He's already Man Mountain. In they move. He's got his hand to it, drove the right way, but it's been successful in the end. It'll come in and bounce into the back corner of that goal, but Jordan picked the right way, got down low, got his hand to it, but it's still got into the back of the net because of the power on that shot from a powerful man in Tiga Ajiki, number 10. So there's 1-0 there to Uni Azzurri. How'd you see that one, Morris? He got his hand to it.
Yeah, look, like I said, that I told you he's a composed keeper, very strong, and you can see how calm he was.
Yeah, and his technique was good. He got down low and he got on the ball. So, now up to Hearts to regroup. Plenty of time. We're only in the 13th minute. It's good to know that we have 5 Schreffler playing today. 5. So, Rabin, who used to play for Hearts. For Hellenic. His best mate is Sulev Muskie, so he was over there with Hellenic, but he's now joined Hearts. Rabin Schreffler. And he'll be in number 30. And he's out there today.
They all one family.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, there is.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, so 5 Schrefflers out there today. Ball's gone over the goal line and we'll have a restart with Stoppard in the goal line. Goal kick. You need both your glasses, don't you? Because you're looking at this going, that isn't even on my sheet either. I'll be talking to Surrender in a minute. I think Surrender forgot his glasses as well.
We need some ink cartridges from Harvey Norman, don't we?
2 plugs, 2 minutes. We've got to get that printer, surely. Ball goes from a Tiga to a Jackie. Tiga, as I said, is on the ball now. He goes for a left foot. Because his body weight not quite where he really wanted to push the wide of the goals and it'll run harmlessly into the shade and shadow. And if Stoppard has his time, he'll stay in there for a little bit and chill down a moment. No need to rush out of there. He's just one of the good keepers we have. Yep. You know, we have Braden as well in Casuarina.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
You know, what's his name? Price from Hearts.
Yep.
We're lucky to have so many good young keepers. So here's some boot work. Who's the boot company we know?
I don't know. Who is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
Who would it be?
Can't see there, but we know who the...
Well, they come from Rebel Sports.
Thank you. Very, very well done, Morris. Leroy Shreffner is actually getting some boot work at the moment. So it looks like he's blown a tyre. So they're changing that. He'll get back into play. So they're down to 10 men at the moment, Hearts. That's 15 on the ball there. And he's another big man out there. And that's Yuki Akwara. Tiki on the ball. Then he goes across to... Pedigree puts a nice ball in over the top, but it's going to go to Nathaniel. Nathaniel has a shot. To your point, Morris, how composed was Stoppard then? Just got down low, caught that ball, and collected that really calmly and effectively.
Panic. Yep, he's great. Good composure by the goalkeeper.
Right, let's just see if Hearts can regroup here. They're making their way down the North Crest scoreboard side of the main field here at Larrakia Park. That ball will run out, but only as far as number 13. And I think that's the first time we're going to mention the keeper from Uni Azzurri. He really hasn't touched the ball until then, Morris.
Yes, he hasn't. He's making his debut today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He played 4 years ago with the team, Azzurri. He's been involved in rugby for brothers, and now he's come back into it as his. He's been playing keeper for NTC. He did 4 years ago, and now he's back. They've called him up. Angelo's been retired. Did he hear that? Oh, he probably did. No. He's going to hear it later. Yeah.
Angelo's just a lovely human being who was in goals for the first round, and I'm sure he'll be around there. But look, that's Dylan Maneven, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So he's on debut this year for
Yes, this is his first game, Bruce.
And so typical of up here, he plays rugby as well, and the brothers, and he's a big unit, so I'm sure he would have been maybe even a second rower for them. I'm looking at that.
Definitely, mate. And,
in the lineouts.
Quite lethal by the looks of it.
Yeah. But now a goalkeeper, which is fantastic. Been pulled up there by the referee. That goal won't count. It'll come back to outside the box just on the scoreboard side, North Crest scoreboard side. And Bamali will take it. He restarts it quickly, goes down that side to a player's on our team sheet, but we don't know who it is because his number's wrong. Surrender's hiding. Have you noticed? We haven't seen him yet.
Normally you see him at the front. I can't see him tonight.
When there's four names wrong. But we'll see how we go here. Indiscretion from Hearts, but a conversation still continuing with Nathaniel. Paredes. And Paredes is University Azzurri player. And number 8, he's moving into the dangerous area very, very slowly and deliberately. Now he's jogging. And it looks like it's Reditas. Peter's recovered from that knock. Moves in with the right foot. He'd like that again. Finds Darky. And he just puts it out because he can. Well done to Kaki. Number 2 for Darwin Hearts. Right, ball's now loose on the run. And he's gone forward. Number 21, usually playing in the left back position. He's a long way from home.
Yes.
He's over here. The ball, someone needs to cover that spot. Now moving back to do that. Because number 8 is all alone, Unizuri, over there at the moment. So they're now down the middle again. Osama Hosham Bamali now, going back to where he should be over there. But Juma, not Juma. Yeah, Duruba Kaki, number 2. He's such an effective central defender.
Yeah,
You
yes.
seldom get past him. His vision is fantastic. His balance, good communication with his back, and the other three that make up the four.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
You think of timing as well. You know, he knows when to drop the shoulder and and put that foot in. He knows it's all timing and technique.
Yeah, it seems to be intuitive for him as well. It's like he's been doing it all his life. So I don't know how old Drew Bukaki is, but in terms of football years, we can measure football years like, you mean like dog years and cat years and stuff. So football years, he's had 40.
Yeah, he would, but yeah,
because he looks very comfortable. Very
definitely,
comfortable.
mate. I agree with you there.
Yeah. All right, now we've mentioned him a couple of times. That's number 8 on the ball now. Baridi comes in. That ball's not really effective. Now they need some help. He'll hold on to it. He goes out to the run of number 16. And 16 on our sheet is Joel Jock, and that's not Joel Jock. So I think that's one of the Schreffler brothers. I think that's actually Rabin. But anyhow, we'll get this sorted as soon as he pops his head out of here in front of here.
Definitely.
So keeper on debut for Uni Azzurri, just puts his right footer across to Peter Raditis. Raditis goes up to the centre. And Abi Amosa on the ball. It's a lovely ball through, and 14 comes on to. He can be dangerous, Edwin Mcgraw. This time Edwin's been picked up offside, but that was some special play for them. And I have to say, Hearts are going to have to tighten up on number 6, as well as Delembo on the other side, number 21. So 21 and 6 seem to be controlling that midfield at the moment. Morris for Uni Azzurri.
Yep. And definitely the plan was there to break that midfield down, and with 6, it's happening.
Yep.
It's exactly what Radita said prior to kick-off.
And it seems that the third player in the midfield is Bigatiki, who scored the penalty. Who seems to have a little bit more roving. He's moving forward a lot more. So there's a triangle there, but he's certainly at the pointy end facing McMillan's Road.
Yep. We're just having a break. There's a bit of an injury, basically, and they thought they'd have a refreshment break, have a drink. It is a hot day, as Bruce said earlier on.
A respectful moment of silence there while they look after the player. And a player that, as I mentioned before, in football years, looks like he's 40 or 50. He's so experienced on the ball, calm and collected. Coming from the field now, we're talking about Drew Bukaki, number 2. Said not a big man, but big of heart, without a doubt, this bloke. And unfortunately for Hearts, he's not coming back. That is a real loss. Unless they're going to work on him. I could be wrong here. 13 may have come off and been replaced by 5. Let's just see. They might work on Kaki. Coach is now talking to you okay. I think it might be a groin.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, they're going to sub him.
Yep, definitely. 17.
So 2 subs go on there, 17 and 5. Now this could be anyone on the lottery, mate.
Yep.
Sharan Schreffler is definitely 17. I know.
Correct.
Sharan, he's gone out. And 5. Well, we just don't have
I
a 5.
don't see a 5.
Oh, dear.
But it's fun.
It
It's
is
a good day.
It's a beautiful day. It's we could be like bingo here, mate. Call out a number. Just no one has it. All right, we are at the 23rd minute mark. Coming up to 24, we have an injury down there at Uni Azzurri. We'll just see how he is and shake it off. I hope it's not Raditis again. I think it is. Or is it Dingle? Looking in there. It's Dingle this time.
Is it Dingle?
Yeah, Alvin Dingle. Speaking of Angelo, he's going out there with the magic spray.
Oh, yes.
Always around the club, always a great club man.
Oh, look, he does a lot for football, doesn't he?
Fantastic.
At
Just
all
a great
levels.
human being, mate.
He is too.
He went away with our national teams down to Coffs Harbour, the kids. He was just fantastic.
Well, my kids went down there and they said he's a laugh. He was so funny. So they loved it.
Yeah, and they used to race him to the meal table. You know what I mean? He was so good. Anyhow, he's out there now working on Alvin Dingle. He's gone down with what we don't know was certainly a collision of legs, probably shins.
Yep.
But they look like they may be bringing him off to do some more work on him or make a sub. We're not sure. Now, I don't know if Hearts has just made another sub there. That is definitely Mamundi, number 4, has just gone out because he hasn't been out there.
He hasn't, okay.
No, and
So
he is wearing the right
how
kit.
did they sneak that one in?
I don't know. That was...
I didn't see it.
You didn't see the referee
No, I
put up
didn't.
his flag?
No, I didn't. So
Yeah, we'll get across this at half-time.
Yep.
25th minute. So they're not going to replace Dingle at this stage, Uni Azzurri. They're going to do some work on him. And that's Tiga turning on, number 10 for Uni Azzurri in the blue. And number 8 on the ball for Uni Azzurri, Nathaniel Paredes. But he's up against a good youngster in that left-back position in Oshim Bamali, number 21. Look out for him. All right. Edwin Mcgraw on the ball, then goes back to Peter Raditis at the back. They're going to play this calmly out. It's number 6. And Abi Amosa on the ball again. A little bit of a 1-2 there with the right back. And that's Dean Edwards. Right, this ball skipped through. Referee saw something pulling up because that was really a dangerous situation. That's been effectively diffused
I think
by...
he saw a handball, Bruce.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think,
right.
yep.
Okay, so Dingle Alvin is back in. Alvin Dingle, number 3 for Uni Azzurri, go back in his place in the midfield. He'll stay here on the left back position. And Jordan Pettigrew's gone into the centre back position. Speaking of Alvin, Dingle, he's on the ball now, and Jordan's got it. He'll go back to the keeper. This, I think, is the 3rd touch that we've actually seen from your keeper on debut today, Morris.
Yes. Yep.
That's young Dylan McNeven.
Well, there we go. 4th mark.
That's another one.
That's another one,
Okay.
Bruce.
But still in low numbers. It's already been up at the Hearts End today in their 27 minutes of this first half. Round 7 match between University of Azzurri. They're running from right to left on your screen in the blue and the white socks, and they're up against Darwin Hearts in their red and navy blue with those navy blue socks. They're down 1-0, the Heart, and the Hearts are down that because of an indiscretion in the box, a penalty taken really assuredly by big number 10 for Uni Azzurri. But the keeper, Stoppard, actually got down on his right side, got his hand to it, but just not enough to keep it out. So, right, we're underway now. This is a rare attacking raid for Hearts, which is encouraging. Unfortunately, he's fallen over. And a wry smile to himself. That's Rabin Srethnath, number 16. But a timely intervention by number 4, Mamun Diem, who's come on there too. We'll just work out how all these subs work, but we're going through the team sheet now. We do have number 3 now as being Child Jock. I thought it was. For Darwin Hearts.
Yep.
So he's in the midfield. He's going to have to tighten up on some of those bigger men in there because there's been some space. He's asking for the ball now. It wasn't received. It goes back to Ashimba Mali. He goes to a Srethnath as well. Oh, my goodness. You'll have to clear this up. That's Sharan Schreffler, and he does.
He had to do that, Bruce.
Yeah.
That was, he was just going to pounce on him. So, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that was Santos. Srethnath, number 12. My apologies. Not Sharan. Sharan's wearing 17, so we've got our team sheets worked out. But Santos has a very different haircut to the other Sharan boys.
Yes.
So you can pick him.
Yeah.
But they're all out in the sun here at the moment, all the players. No one can find any relief from the shade except for the player looking for the corner now. And that's Nathaniel Paredes, number 8. His last corner wasn't his best. We'll see if this one can have a bit more flight and height. It'll be a right footer. You want to be on your man and marking up here.
Oh, you would
Morris.
have to, Bruce. Yeah, you wouldn't leave anyone free or loose. There we go.
It's got a bit more height. Goes over the top. Goes to Peter. Peter takes a shot. And Peter, as I'm talking about, is Peter Raditis. That's a nice shot on your first time, Morris.
You know, you got to Peter. Once he gets back in form, he's got that kind of talent where he can shoot outside the 18-yard. Yeah.
There's an example of it, Morris. First time, little volley, and went under the foot of one of the Hearts defenders, and will roll out for a corner kick. Stoppard, the keeper, didn't have to get involved there. Right, this one is taken by 14, Edwin Mcgraw. Edwin's a right footer as well. He'll swing this in. All right, that's a lovely ball with more height up the back there where some of those bigger uni boys are. It's popped out the back. Ball's still in, and that's Rabin Srethnath. Rabin played for Hellenic at the beginning of the year, played 6 rounds with them, and has now joined the family here at the Hearts. And he'll be a great recruitment for Darwin Hearts. Right, Dean Edwards, number 2, right back for Uni Azzurri on the ball now on what we call the North Crest scoreboard side of Larrakia Park. Ball comes into 21 Delembo, and he's nice close challenge there from number 3 for Hearts, which is Child Jock. But it's still in the dangerous part, meaning Uni Azzurri's offensive half. Ball's not yours, says the ref. Goes back to the Hearts. Let's not waste this throw in. Coach is extolling them to move forward and to make use of this ball. But they haven't. It's just gone straight into Alvin Dingle, looks up, puts the ball across, which is a little misdirected. That will be collected by Edwin Mcgraw. He's got plenty of support. He goes to the midfield where Delembo's all on his own. Hart's going to have to tighten that up. That ball's over the top and he's onside. He'll go to his left foot. He hits it. He'll have another chance here. Turns in 15. Has a big boost then. And that's Yuki Akawa. Everything he does is big.
Yeah, it is big. He just shoots. He doesn't care. He's not scared to have a dig.
And both sides of his body then. We had a left foot side, and then we turned in and he gave us a big boost on the right. And that's gone well wide of the goals. So it'll be picked up by Stoppard. And Jordan will bring it back to the right side and get this game underway for Hearts. 31-minute mark. They're down 1-0 through a penalty, taken effectively and neatly by number 10 for Uni Azzurri and Tiga Ajeka. But as we mentioned, Stoppard good to get down on his right, got his hand to it, but couldn't parade, or what do you call it, push it around the goalpost. Right, the ball was with Biomi, and Biomi and I just puts it across to one of the Shrestnath, and Noroi Shrestnath, it goes out of play. So Dean Edwards throws back to Raditis. Raditis will go back to his keeper, I assume. He does that. Now they'll push to the left, I imagine, where he's got both number 4 and Pedigree or Dingle in the front of him. He's going to go back to Stoppard. Going to go back to Raditis in the right pocket. And he sends it down to one of the bigger lads in number 15, Yuki Akara. Nice header from him, controlled the ball, kept it there. Uni Azzurri playing some compact, tight stuff there. That's Edwards on the ball. He moves around his player really well and keeps going and gets rewarded with a throw-in. Referee in the centre today is Ben Kivett, one of our young referees. I think it's his 3rd or 4th game of Men's Premier League. Congratulations to him. And Schreffler, number 7, on the ball there now. And that's Neroi Schreffler. And it goes out by the ever-present captain, Kasim Kine, number 18. Wise head, experienced player. Be really interesting to see, Morris, how this back 4 goes without Drew Bakaki. He's such an important cog in that 4 back. Yeah. The back 4, sorry, number 2. He's now had to go off with an injury. So we'll keep an eye on that, Morris, and see how they adapt.
Yep.
So far, nothing too dramatic from them. Just some really cautious play. Peter Raditis knew what he was doing, but I don't think anyone else did.
I agree. He's going, yes.
Yep. So anyhow, he's back in his defensive position. The ball will sail towards him and over his head, where Alvin Dingle will head it back to a keeper on debut. A keeper who plays rugby union just down the road at the union venue for the brothers team. Now in goal for Uni Azzurri. He had plenty of time with Uni Azzurri before that, and also the National Training Centre here as well, Morris, you were saying. Yes. Was he a keeper all the time?
Yes, he's been playing keeper, and he's good with his hands. So, and when he goes into the sport, he was keeper for reserves as well for Azzurri.
Yep.
So I guess we need more of those.
Hands and height.
We do. Yeah,
heights as well. He's a tall boy. And as we said, we probably think he's the second rower in rugby union.
Exactly.
You know, in the line out, there's ones that they hold up and they reach the moon.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's a nice cross in. Skims off the back of the head of Yuki Kakara, put it back in again dangerously where Tiga is. Tiga would like that again, but he will get another opportunity.
That was so important he got his head to it first, the defender, because he was going to, Tiga was on that.
Yeah. Yeah, good desperate defence from Hearts. Now corner comes back in again. This time it's brought in by Edwin Mcgraw and effectively cleared by Hearts, but only as far as Jordan Pettigrew. He'll go back. He puts another dipping one in, which is in a dangerous area. Great work from the defence again. So we're talking about how the defence are going to handle it. That's Leroy Schreffler, who's an absolute gun in that left-back position. He's now on the post. So he's number 7, Leroy Schreffler.
Yep, that's great defending, Bruce. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Got in there and he really diffused that. Had he not done that late move, a stop-up was all on his own. Right, here we go again. Corner in. Uni Azzurri having plenty of these, plenty of opportunities. That was dangerous. Ball didn't connect, with the head. But he has an overpuck.
Oh.
So there's some nice skills from Peter Rd7. We've seen a header on the run. We've seen a half volley, and now we've seen a bicycle kick.
Oh, he loves doing that. Look, how quick does he jog back? He goes, okay, I'm out of my position. I better run back. But he loves doing and trying things up front.
Yeah, he's obviously a skilled player playing in the defensive role. We're talking about number 20 for Uni Azzurri, Peter Rd7. And he's also wearing the captain's armband, I should mention, today for Uni Azzurri. So Alvin Dingle has recovered from that knock to a player that also recovered from an earlier knock in Rd7. Up to number 15, who we mentioned a few times, Big Yuki Akara. He goes back to Delembo, then Rd7. Rd7 goes for a long ball across, which is meant and intended for number 10, the penalty taker, successful one, in Tiga Ajika, but doesn't find him, and he finds the keeper for Hearts. Hearts going to have to tighten up the midfield, Morris. I mean, there's too many free players, too much ball in the Blues team. You know, if they do get that cleaned up, they can be so dangerous. They just need to feed.
Yep.
You know, the number 9.
Correct. Yeah, and that was the game plan. Rd7's obviously stuck to it.
Yep.
I thought he'd tell me some fibs, so I wouldn't tell everybody his plans, but he's actually to a T. He said he was going to break down their midfield, and they've been doing that, haven't they, Bruce?
Yeah, it's really effectively breaking down. And you know when a midfield is in trouble, when you've just got so much time on the ball and there's so much space. And what's a bit worrying for Damien, the coach of Hearts, is there's not a scurry or a franticness to get back when they've lost the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is usually there with Hearts. So it could be the heat.
Definitely.
Maybe they need just to get in there and regroup. This ball's come to Delembo. He's on the right foot, but cleared by Jock for Hearts. That's lazy from Barmiani. He knows that offers a condolences or apologies to Rabin Schreffler. Right, put out by Stoppard. Now he finds the sub in Jumar Mezi. Jumar gets a guy's ball through. Now this is where they can be dangerous. And he want that one again. That's Rabin Schreffler. He knew what he wanted to do, but couldn't find the player in red, navy blue, and navy blue socks. That is Darwin Hearts. 38 minute. This is round 7. Darwin Men's Premier League here in the Northern Territory, the north part of Australia. The massive continent of Australia. And we are 20% of that landmass. So a very, very big territory here in the Northern Territory with some of the best and most iconic landscapes you'd ever want, from Uluru to Kakadu to your backyard, Morris.
Yeah, you think of the borders opening and all the tourists coming up to Darwin to have a look at our Litchfield Falls and our lovely dry season weather. You know, I think the airport will pick up, and hopefully we'll get all our tourists coming in.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I saw some shots of grey nomads on the borders just lined up waiting for that next Friday.
Definitely,
so
definitely.
They'll be filling up the caravan parks.
100%.
And, you know, we had bingo in the first half, you and I, mate. We could have a gig here.
Yeah, we could, mate.
Could we call the numbers?
100%, mate.
With the grey nomads. But, yeah, they love this time of the year, and they've been really hampered by COVID-19. They would all be over the north of Australia at this time of the year because it's a dry season, and many of the roads are impassable in the wet season. So this is the time to be up here and to see some of the most extraordinary parts of Australia. Right, and we're in one of those now, and that is Larrakia Park, Larrakia Nation here in Darwin, the Indigenous nation of the Larrakia people, our First Nations people, and thank you to their elders past, present, and those emerging for permission to be here today. All right, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is still dangerous. But how good was Stoppard then? How good was Stoppard? Because Edwin Mcgraw would normally just put that away.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 14 for Untitled. He's only had to take the corner kick. But talk about, you mentioned he had poise and control and caution. How good was that just then, Morris?
You don't panic. That's the key. That goalkeeper is going to keep him in the game, definitely, with that kind of composure.
Fantastic work. Okay, this is then, again, Captain Kassem got to that early. Well done to him. Number 18 for Hearts. And by him getting there early, the ball's now in an opposition territory where you have a chance for the big fella, number 9, Byron Anami, who's very dangerous. Great defence from Edwards. Great defence. Dean Edwards up against a much bigger man on the run, and he just focused on the ball. Right, back with Bamali now. Bamali can still get this going. He goes through to Rabin Shrestnath, number 16. Rabin's still trying to find his feet in the Hearts. A couple of his first touches are not as usually as expertly handled as it is for him. Right, we have number 5 here, the sub. And Juma Mazi. And Juma will let that run out, get the throw in back for him. He's one of the youngsters. Juma Wezi, or Mwezi. He's on the ball now, throws it in. Jock puts it forward. Unfortunately, Byron is on the wrong side of that player and is offside. So it looks like Jordan Pettigrew will come back and restart this, maybe go to his keeper. He's looking that way. Now he won't because Rabin Shrestnath has seen that.
Yep, he's moving towards the keeper.
Yeah, so he's hovering, so they'll go upfield. And he does that with the left foot towards number 14 and Mcgraw on the ball, showing some nice skills. Advantage still being played. Lovely work from him. Shows his skill. Ball's played early by Mercer. So Jiki goes to the far side, and Bimali, number 21, great young talent for the Hearts, gets his header to that and puts it back to the keeper. And that goes back to the keeper as well. Let's start again, says Rabin Shrestnath, number 16. Stoppard puts a long one through to another Shrestnath. This number 7, it's Neroy. And Neroy will come back. It's a situation where Reno doesn't need to take this. He should move forward and leave that for Bimali to take. Have to get their throw-ins fixed. They need more players on the ball. He's a dangerous player. He looks across. It's a long ball. Will be kept in, though. Bakana. So Jumama puts one in. It's still a chance for Jumama to go in there. He's going to have to work it off Amosa. Amosa back to Mcgraw. Mcgraw looks up and finds Delembo. Delembo now go to Pettigrew. Nice play. Nice work out from Azzurri. That'll please their coach, Michael Radidis. That was really well played. Now they're very dangerous. Tiga Adiki on the ball. Goes back to Amosa. Amosa's looked across now. Has he seen them? No, he hasn't. He's going out the tunnel, as you said.
Yeah, that tunnel.
Morris, yep. Where they're going to be dispossessed. So he could have... There was a run on the far side, the northwest scoreboard side. He didn't see it. Rabin Shrestnath puts his foot out. Well played from him. Recovering. Nice skills again. Getting into the game. Goes back. A little bit of frustration in his play at the moment. I'm sure that'll get out of him shortly. Definitely. Well done. Good defence from number 4 for Azzurri. So moving up to take this ball is another Schreffler. This one is number 17. This is Sharan. It's a lovely long throw. Must give advantage here to his Hearts player if the Hearts player plays this right. Unfortunately, he went the wrong way. So Byron Niamai not effective on that throw, and it was a good strong throw. Nice work from Juma Mwezi. Calling for the ball. And it's clearly a Azzurri ball in the 44th minute. We're only got 4 seconds to go or so to this 44th minute. There may be some time added on. Well done to Jock. Child Jock, number 3. Not a big lad. Wiry frame. He just does not pull away from those defensive opportunities.
He's gutsy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is gutsy. Good word for him. All right, Mcgraw plays it in. Well, it worked, but only as far as number 18, Kassem Kine. Kassem would like that again, but he's been hovering around the back there, helping out Hearts. There's again another one from Shrestnath. That's Neroy Shrestnath. He's now going to have to keep Nathaniel Paredes quiet, and he does that effectively. Turns back in the box, which is unusual, but safely. Now, Oshimbamali on the ball, 21. He's going to try and work it down, but he can't get past Delembo. Limbo came in 1 or 2, 3 times.
Yep, and
Nice little personal battle.
Got it off him. Yep.
That's Mamoun Degui, and he's just been pushed off the ball by Yuki Akawa, only as far as Amosa. Looking for Mcgraw was Amosa with that pass, but only found Stopper advancing. And he's got the game underway urgently. 45 minutes regulation time gone in this round 7 match. Uni Azzurri have a 1-0 scoreline. It's a very narrow, slender lead over Hearts. It's about the way the score should be, Morris.
Yes, it's about right, mate. It's actually been even, but the battle's been won in the midfield by Azzurri, and that's why they've got that the runs on the board at the moment.
Yeah, you mentioned it would be really rare to be telling part of the ground, and it's proven exactly that. Okay, we're into time added here. The referee's going to let this corner go. There has been a couple of stoppages. We had a couple of players come from the field, one in particular, a really important link in their back four. Drew Bukaki, number 2, had to come from the field for the Hearts. But so far they've managed that well. They've pushed Kassem back in there, and Santos Schreffler, number 12, and you can see those two now hovering around the halfway line. They've been really good in defence, and they've got actually there's three Schrefflers. Tell you that hard, quickly and fast. But there are 3 Schrefflers. So we have Niroy and left back, and Santos in the centre, and Sharan on this side. Right, the ball comes in. It goes over the head of the keeper. There was an opportunity, and that's come off the head of Rabin. Schreffler, number 16. As I said, Rabin normally had played for the first 5-6 rounds for Hellenic Athletic Football Club, where his good mate Sulav Muskie plays, but doesn't like his mate anymore. So
he said,
Okay, there goes the whistle from Ben Kevitt, and that brings a close to the first half. So as we said, a 1-0 scoreline, a penalty taken early in that first half by number 10 for Uni Azzurri, Tiga Ajika. So that gives them a very narrow but effective 1-0 scoreline on the Northcrest scoreboard. So as they head in, I want to thank our sponsors, the Northern Territory Government, for their work and help for us across a whole range of things. Also Northcrest, of course, Steel Line, who sell steel all over the NT, and always with service over and above. And if you're in the construction game, you need supplies, you've got to go to NTF, Construction Supply Specialist. We mentioned Sharan and Rebel earlier, well, Morris did, and they're a great supporter of ours, as is a number of people, including Harvey Norman as well. So we'll take a short break, go to a graphic, show you some of the highlights, and be back to pull this half apart with our expert analyst, Morris Duraggio from University Azzurri. Well, the shade's slowly but surely drifting us off across Larrakia Park here. It's still very warm, dry season in Darwin, that's what you get. Saturday afternoon, local time, somewhere around 4:45. Breeze is still coming in with quite a bit of force behind it, and it'll advantage the team running down to our car park end, or the what we call the Marara Sporting Precinct end. My name is Bruce Stalter. Thank you for joining us on the Sportscast telecast through the Perform Network. Hope you're enjoying this. Goes right around Australia and also around the world. We also want to thank Football Northern Territory TV for taking this, as well as FFA Digital. Just wanted to quickly remind you, on Wednesday night we've got a fantastic night of football here, a showcase of Indigenous football. It is our NATO Week celebration, and we'll feature the NT Yappers, which are our only women's Indigenous football team playing in Premier League anywhere in the country, and they'll take on a select women's Darwin women's team, and that kicks off at 6 o'clock. We have a welcome to country from the Larrakia Nation, and then at 8 o'clock we'll feature the men. So the men's select side representing NT will take on the Northern Territory Wawas. That'll be a great night of football, Indigenous football at its best. Really encourage you to come down. If you can't, make sure you watch it. It'll be on NITV, SBS and the World Game as well. And so that'll be on Wednesday night, kicking off at 6 o'clock. Gates open 5:30. Doesn't cost a cent to get in, Morris, so you'll be here early.
Definitely, I'll be here, mate.
Bring the family, please.
Yes, definitely, mate. We've got to support the team and those young talent, because there's a lot of youngsters there.
Yeah, you're right, mate. It is so good, so many babies. We'll come back and talk to Morris about that half we just saw, but let's just have a look at the first little snapshot of the highlights from that first half. Darwin Hearts taking on Azzurri. Right, 17 on the ball then. That's Sharan Schreffler.
Yes, he's given a penalty.
Yeah, he has. Lots of shaking of the hands from the defensive. Stoppard is in. Stoppard makes himself bigger if he can. He's already a man mountain. In they move. He's got his hand to it, drove the right way, but it's been successful in the end. It'll come in and bounce into the back corner of that goal, but Jordan picked the right way, got down low, got his hand to it, but it's still got into the back of the net.
You would have to, Bruce. Yeah, you wouldn't leave anyone free or loose. There we go.
It's got a bit more height. Goes over the top. Goes to Peter. Peter takes the shot. And Peter, as I'm talking about, is Peter Raditis. That's a nice cross in. Skims off the back of the head of Yuki Kakara. Put it back in again dangerously where Tiga is. Tiga would like that. And thank you to their elders past, present, and those emerging for permission to be here today. All right, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is still dangerous. But how good was Stoppard then? How we have Niroy and left back, and Santos in the centre.
Yep.
And Sharan on this side. Right, the ball comes in. It goes over the head of the keeper. There was an opportunity. And that's come off the head of Rabin. Well, what those highlights show you is that the game is very tight. We have a 1-0, very slender score advantage to Azzurri. Kyle, a penalty that was taken so calmly and effectively by the big man, number 10, Tiga Ajiki. Stoppard, the keeper for Hearts, actually got down to the right side. Technique, as usual with him, is impeccable, Morris. He got his right hand to it, tried to push it around the goals, but just came inside that right hand upright and then into the back of the net. So he could have stopped it. He chose the right way.
Yep.
So, Morris, you know, you mentioned to me early on you're very, it's called prescient. It's you're Nostradamus-like in the way you said the midfield will be really key here.
Yep.
And that's really where the play and the dominance of Azzurri's come from.
Correct. I mean, they've let number 6 for Azzurri just play his own game. He's had so much space, and with that space there's going to be through balls, there's going to be chances, there's going to be opportunities. And obviously when you get in that 18-yard box, that's what happens. You get brought down, and there was the goal, the penalty. But, yeah, great composure by a goalkeeper. You'd dream to have a keeper like that in your side.
Yeah.
Definitely I would. I've got one in the women's with Carla, but
yes.
It's a dream for every coach to have a really calm goalkeeper.
And you are someone who dreams about football.
I do.
I know you do.
I
dreamt last night I did this, you say, and it's always in a football game.
Don't we just plan it? Don't we plan it? You know, the night before you go to bed and you've already planned what you're going to do.
The next day it's like...
People say you're sad, but I love it.
No, Morris, you're not sad. You're the least sad person I know. Now, that number 6 is Amosa, so he is one of the 3 in the midfield. I want to talk about Dalembo and also Tiga Ajika. Those 3 are patrolling that midfield. If you're the Hearts coach, he's got him in a huddle there now, socially distanced huddle.
Yes.
And he's talking to them. What's his message to that midfield? Because they've got to clamp down, just press, give less time, less space to those three.
Yeah, well, what they're doing, it's too open. They're not pressing the player. We talk about pressing all the time, and they're not squeezing that midfield. And you're talking Delembo's got more space than I've seen him have in many games prior to. When you give Delembo space, he can actually put some nice balls through, you know. So when you look at Delembo, he doesn't have the speed, but he's got the experience, and that's what he's using. And that's Radina said, let's dominate the midfield. So what Hearts has to do now is start pressing those three players we talked about in Azzurri's midfield and break them down that way, and then go down the flanks to start opening up the game a bit. Yeah,
well put, Morris, because on the flanks we have two Schrefflers who are, we have five today.
Yeah, so, I didn't until you mentioned
but we do have a lot, and it's and they're so quick and so good on the ball, and they're very much a football, if you know what I mean. They'll use both and they'll swap over as well. They just haven't seen enough of the ball, and once they do get their ball, they bring in Biomini and number 9 in the centre. So the superstar, as I call him, has not been really involved today because he just hasn't been serviced.
No, and
if it's about feeding him, he's incredibly hungry at the moment.
Yeah, and
he's getting nothing.
And I guess you made a point about the throwing and who's taking throwings. I think they're so desperate to move forward that the forwards are taking the throwings themselves.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something that the coach for Hearts has to really clamp down and say, let's not waste our forwards, our goal scorers taking a throw. It's a waste.
Yeah, it is a waste. Well put. Morris Diago giving our expert insights. My name is Bruce Stalder. This is round 7 of the Darwin Men's Premier League. It's a hot day. It's a dry season. It's Darwin, but it's a beautiful, beautiful afternoon coming into evening. We're going to have a spectacular sunset, which is all the tourists come to see, and we get it for free every day.
We do.
So we'll take a short break, go to a graphic, and come back for the second half. Who knows where this one's going to go? It's one of those games. Round 7 here. We're at Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park on Larrakia Nation, and thank you to the elders past, present, and those elders that may be emerging in the Larrakia Nation today and in the future. Thank you for permission to play our beautiful game here at Larrakia Park. I've got Morris Daragio with me. Morris, we're just talking about the assistant referees doing synchronised refereeing before, a bit like swimming.
Yes,
where they go to the post and they don't run to their positions after the goalpost check until they're both ready.
Yes, yes.
So you are a referee among many things you do in football.
Yes.
It's just one of the peculiarities of being a referee, isn't it?
Well, it's funny. I've done it before. I felt silly the first time I did it, but I know why we do it. So, yeah, we're a team and we go out there composed as a unit. So.
Yes, absolutely. Little bit of disputation there coming from Hearts around the call from Benny Kevitt, the central referee, talking about referees. But as my favourite coach said, it's a fool's game.
Yes.
Just move away. You can't change their minds, and you never will. It's a waste of time.
Good advice.
Okay, Reditas on the ball. Now, that's what I mean about someone should have been on that. And Edwards will put that across. There was just space and time everywhere. Now they've got a corner kick.
Yep.
So Hearts are going to have to key up their defensive mindset here. They cannot let one in here.
Yep.
Could be the worst thing that can happen for them. And to Morris's comments earlier, they need to get one back and they need to do it early as possible and then get that confidence lift, get that midfield tighter.
Definitely.
And find their way through. So Nathaniel Parides on the ball, number 8. He's a right footer. He'll come in. He'll swing that into the breeze. This will help him, this breeze, if he gets it out there.
Yep.
It'll hold it up, and that's what it's doing. To the head there of Bamali. No, it wasn't. It was Mahmoud Dahiyam got that ball away. Only as far as Alvin Dingle. He's got plenty of time on him. And he goes to that corner again. They'll have another one in if he puts it up in the air. Again, Bamali, good tackle. Still on the ball. Osham Bamali, nice skills. That's what that boy can do. Number 21 for the Hearts. He's got him out now. Let's not waste this, Hearts. Boniam, he's going to go on his own. He's got some support there. Jock's in front of him. Jock's on it now. And cleaned up by number 2, Dean Edwards, on the run back on the grandstand side. That's better from Hearts, Morris.
Most definitely.
Yeah, nice start. Started with 21. Nice skills, the left back.
Right.
He's a good young player. Ball goes across. Now it's one of the Schreffler. That's Rabin Schreffler. Rabin goes to Jock. Jock skips over the ball, keeps it. Some dancing feet there, and he needs it. A good challenge from Mcgraw. Mcgraw dispossesses him, but only as far as the captain, Kasim Kine, number 18 for Hearts. He's going across field, and unfortunately for him, Jordan Pettigrew, number 4, has just got in there and stole the ball. So now Uni Azzurri having the midfield, a player you mentioned earlier, Delembo.
Yep.
Again, time and space, Morris.
That's right.
What he can't have. He'll be dangerous if he gets more of it. Pettigrew just puts a loping little left footer in there. It'll run over. No, it doesn't run over. It's still in play. My goodness. Number 15, he is dangerous wherever he goes. That's Yuki Hakawa and Aquara.
Yep.
Got his foot to it, but
Yes.
that's where you need to have patience, Morris, as a keeper, as you mentioned a couple of times.
He knew. He just harboured over it, and that was plenty. He did his job, didn't he?
Yeah. Boy, stopper, does he do his job? We're talking about the goalkeeper for the Hearts. Such a central part of this football team. Right, 48 minutes and a half on the clock. Round 7 match. Uni Azzurri are running from left to right on your screens. They're in the blue and white with the white socks. And Hearts running the other way. Clearly, that's what happens in a game of football.
Well, it's got to happen that way. I don't think we'll have a result.
We should try that. We should try it. Okay, we're all running which way? The same way. Yeah, so they're running from right to left on your screen. They're in their red and royal blue and royal blue socks. And they've recently promoted to the Men's Premier League. And they're currently sitting 5th on the table. Uni Azzurri 1 place higher in 4th.
And what a great effort for the first year in football in the Men's Premier League. So congratulations, Hearts.
Yeah, to Hearts, the club, and all the people working behind the scenes. They're a real community club. Right, there's the sub there, number 5. And that's Juma Mawizi. Gets the ball into a Schreffler. That's a Rabin Schreffler. Goes across, but harmlessly bounces into the hands of the debut keeper for Uni Azzurri. And that is Dylan McNeven. And referee's okay with that. Ball continues with Hearts. Number 18, the captain there. That's a very rare mistake from him, Kasim Kine. This one will be all ball. And it'll roll out. So it'll be for Uni Azzurri. And he makes a leisurely stroll to pick the ball up, does Dean Edwards. That's like my dog when he's done something wrong. Just takes his time. Okay, ball goes across, and this time to Juma Mawizi. He's on the ball. He's a nice, talented young ball. That's a lovely pass. And Peter Adidas is screaming at the AR, but I think Peter's forgot the rule. You don't raise your flag until the ball's been played through.
Correct,
to that.
correct.
So
and I think he was getting position to actually...
He was going to do it, because he was. Yeah, he was.
To play the whistle.
Yeah. Right, Alvin Dingle on the ball. He's gone across with a right footer. And that's Mcgraw. Again, midfield's still space of plenty. That's a Mosa, big number 6 on it. Delembo in there as well. This has fallen the right way this time for Hearts. Now the race is on. And the ball is still with Hearts. Sort of in the most indirect way.
Yeah.
You couldn't say that was clean and crafted football. But anyhow, he has a shot from long out and into the keeper's hands. He needed to put that about another metre and a half above him.
Oh, definitely. He's got to lift it. You've got to...
But promising signs.
Yeah, it is very promising.
Early.
Hearts is going for it.
That's good, tough football. Just in front of us here, between 21 Delembo and 7. which says Leroy Schreffler. So Edwards goes back. Reditas, the captain, puts it back to Edwards. Edwards goes down this line. That's dangerous, but it's worked for them.
Yep.
Oh, that was lucky. Now he looks up. Big Atiga puts a ball across. It's a good one to Mcgraw on the run. He's got plenty of run in him. Nice defensive work. Well played, Hearts. Needs some support. The youngster comes back in number 5 now. He needs to do another second effort. He needs to follow that player in. He needs to follow that player in. That's what can happen if you don't. Pedigree puts a ball across that was harmless in the end, but could have been ever so dangerous. The referee's seen that. Let it go. Okay, down again. Hearts clear that out.
And that's good refereeing,
yes,
to not put up and get persuaded,
yes,
to, for that kind of stuff. You go down, it's got to be some contact there.
That's right. That's right.
Good try, guys. Good try.
Yes, I'll give him the phone number for the local theatre company. Anyhow, he's going to move over in the corner now, and he will put in. He's had a few today, and if he gets height, this breeze will assist. We're talking about Nathaniel Paredes, a goal scorer himself, but taking the corner kicks this afternoon for Unizuri. He's on the grandstand side. He's in the shade. He'll enjoy that. Ball's a little bit low flighted, but out Delembo gets his head to it. And Delembo got up some height there, got a good clean hit on it with the forehead.
Yes.
And just to the left-hand side of the left-hand upright.
That's probably the first head I've seen him in probably several matches.
Is that right?
So, he's getting that confidence to move up and get involved. Yeah.
Morris Dorego giving us our expert insights. And Morris is with the Unizuri Club as a coach, a committee member, also a referee within Football Northern Territory. You coach babies, mini-roos, seniors.
Yeah, I've got no life, Bruce. Thank you.
That's all right. Looks like we're going to have a sub early, and it's the 53rd minute. That's 8 minutes of a half, and we're going to have a sub. I always find that interesting when a when a coach does that. So Michael Reditas is making a move, and it's a move that could have real impact on this game. He's bringing on a impact player, as they say, in number 17, Ross Souness. Who's coming off? No one wants to.
No one wants to come off, look.
This is fair enough. Come up the 54 minute. We'll continue with this. Reditas with a dipping ball over. Shima Bamali's there. And Mahoud Beguiam's on there. He's going to have to do better than that. Amosa on the ball. He'll have a shot. No, he'll go around. This bloke will, though. He does. This is. That's a scramble. Unizuri, we had about 18 pairs of boots in there. And it's going to run out. But there was one stable, centred person there, and that was Stoppard. Now we're going to get a sub. Yep. Yes, it is Ross Souness coming on, number 17 for Unizuri.
Yep.
Ben Kivitt comes over, wants to see who this is.
Yep.
And Angelo now servicing both our sports trainer and handling all the subs. Any job, he'll take it.
He'll take it.
Here we go. So Edwin Mcgraw's coming from the pitch, it is? Yep.
Yes, it is. He's actually had a great game.
Yeah, Edwin's
fantastic.
He's got a really fleet foot, the old Edwin. And the young Edwin, actually.
Yeah, well, he is.
Only a kid. So he's been replaced, had a good 55 minutes. Nilly coming up to that now. Souness will get a ball, the first ball for him, and it's from a throw-in. He's put it up, one of those dangerous ones that just loop in the air and drop down. That wind that could have had some impact, but fortuitously it's fallen the right way for the Hearts. So there they come. Still on the ball, it's Hearts. They turn it inside. That's Santosh Sheswa. And Schreffler goes to the captain, Kassem. Kassem remains on the ball. Kassem Kine comes across, finds Leroy Schreffler, number 7. He's gone into a bit of a packed area, but Rabin Schreffler comes up with it now. He goes across to the sub, Juma Moizi, and Juma, with the hair flowing behind him in the dreads, will go to pick this up outside the Darwin City Hotel sign. It's just one venue you don't look after.
No, exactly.
Sorry, mate. Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
Anyhow, goes back to Leroy Schreffler on the ball now. He's going to go to Mahum Deghi, and he's lost it. Ball still. Jock comes through assertively, gets the ball. Hopefully he keeps it. That's a nice, did a total 360. But unfortunately, he got dispossessed. And now we're on a counter raid. And this is very dangerous. We'll see what happens here. He goes round the keeper, but too far. He goes round the keeper and around the goals and over the goal line.
Yep, and those are the kind of things you've got to put those away, Bruce. Early, you've got to have a shot. Stop trying to dribble around the goalkeeper. And all coaches would be saying that's not what you do.
So that's number 15 we're talking about, Yuki Akwara And to Morris's point, get an opportunity, take it. Take it, take it, take it. 100%. Unfortunately, one play too many there, I guess.
I guess, and it will haunt you later when Hearts come back. You could have been 2-0, and you're just putting pressure on your team.
Well, we'll see if Hearts can make Uni Azzurri pay for that missed opportunity. But at the moment, they've not. They've now got the ball, and that's the start. Santosh Schreffler puts it up to Jock. Jock plays it. Well, attempted to play it and lost the ball in trying to do that, and Delembo cleaned it up for Uni Azzurri. So that's Amersa on the ball. He's been dispossessed by Maham Diegan. And Delembo on the ball. Nice strong play from him for Uni Azzurri. Paredes gets a call from big Tiga Ajiki, puts a lovely ball in. And Ross Souness on the run came in, got his right foot to it. And Ross just puts it just to the right. And Stoppard will collect that. Got his cap on to get the sun out of his eyes. Puts a left footer in it, which has got as much height and length. Raditas shows some nice first touch skills. Goes to Nathaniel Paredes, number 8. He'll go back in, trying to find Souness. Doesn't. One of the Schreffler boys pick it up after a nice interplay from Jock. Now we're out to Rabin Schreffler. And Schreffler looks up. Goes back to another Schreffler. This time it's Shawan. Shawan goes forward, trying to find the youngster, the sub. And Juma Mwizi needs to do a second effort there and unfortunately doesn't. So it's going to be now with Ross Souness in the midfield. Ross puts a lovely ball, no look, left-hand pass. But good work. Great work from Sharan Schreffler. He's gone down, doesn't seem like he's okay. He's got cramp, but back up again. Tough boy. He's going to have to field there now. It's gone back to Uni Azzurri. Jordan Pettigrew's on the ball, number 4. And fortuitously for that injured Hearts player, he's going back to his own keeper. So we're back this way now. And Dylan McNeven puts the ball across. So Edwards, number 2, is on the run. Plenty of opportunities and plenty of options. He's gone down the flank. Paredes turns on the inside. You can see what they're going to try and do then, but well defended.
Yeah, very well
by
defended.
the red and blue. And Darwin Hearts. They're currently 5th on the table here in Darwin, and one place above them is the 4th place Uni Azzurri. Top 4 go through to our finals. Those finals are on in October. Many, many weeks away. So plenty of time for people to stake a claim for the premiership. Referee's seen something there. Yes, well, the assistant referee has as well.
That's foul on
Rossi. Souness has had someone indiscretion on him. So he's
it's
now
a change, isn't it?
he's taking a chance for a breath. He's coming back from fitness and injury. Sorry, pulling some match fitness into him.
Yep.
And that player from Hearts, which is Shawan Schreffler, is down.
This is always a dangerous spot to get a free kick from. I mean, you just have to lob one in, get a head to it, and the keeper's lost. I mean, he's got a good keeper. If he can, they're going to do a man-to-man marking here. I just wonder if it's going to be zonal or man-to-man. It'll be interesting once the injured player gets up.
Yeah, great point, Morris, because the 3 factors we've got here. We've got a breeze that could actually make an effect on the ball. We've got the keeper with his sun in the eyes and the cap on now.
Yep.
And you've got, to your point, if the defensive marking is not where it needs to be, this has got danger written all over it.
Definitely,
And
Bruce.
we've been talking about how imperative it is for Hearts to not let one in. So we've got a sub. So that player has been substituted. So Sharan Schreffler has come from the pitch. He's succumbed to the fatigue and his body with cramp.
Yep.
And his replacement has just gone on the field. And I think it was Sarjal Schreffler. So we just replaced the Schreffler with another one.
I think it's Tarja,
Yeah.
number 10.
Yes, it was Sarjal Schreffler, you're right.
Yes.
So a Schreffler through a Schreffler. The ball comes in, it's off Souness. It's a dangerous ball. But the captain for Hearts stands his ground and defused that well. Number 18, Kasim Kine, got his head to that really effectively. Great defence. So they lost a really good defender, their central defender, Kaki. And so at this mark, 61st minute mark, just skipping over that, they've done pretty well.
They have. I mean, you lose your key defender and you survive through it. It shows you got depth in that back line. You believe in each other, because if you didn't, you'd be crumbling after the pressure that Azzurri's been mounting on Hearts.
Well put Right, Stoppard to restart. Comes in, big left foot. Everything about Stoppard is big. Ball bounces down. Soonest on the ball, so dangerous. He will put a dipping shot in from there. Along the ground, I thought he might give it some air.
Yes, he normally lifts it, you know, so anyway.
He normally does those,
yes.
But anyhow, that's gone into the hands, the safe hands of Stoppard. He'll restart this again. He's in the sun now, moving into the shade for the kick. So he'll enjoy a little bit of time in the shade there. This is coming over towards Rditis and Anai. Anai and Rditis. Schreffler's in there as well. Edwards wins it. Well played, number 2, Edwards. The Unizuri doing the overlapping. They saw him now. If they look up, they'll have him. Tiga goes on the inside. He's still got that option. He goes to the centre where it's clicked up by Mahmoud Diem, number 4. So Hearts, good defence there.
Yeah, definitely.
But plenty of bodies moving for Unizuri. Unfortunately for Mar, he has a shot now. Weight was all wrong there. Tiga would like to have that again. And there wasn't really anyone bearing down on him. He probably had another second and a half to take his chance there.
Definitely. The beauty of it, you're not going to lose that ball. We can see it.
And we have really effective security who look after people and balls.
And balls.
So he's going over to get that for us. Thank you, James.
Well done.
And he's in his company, Paragia. He's a great young security person, really, really dedicated to the task, and now helping us out as a ball person. So thanks, mate.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Right. It's 63 minutes here. This is round 7, Men's Premier League in Darwin. Running from right to left as Darwin Hearts. They're 1 goal down at the moment. And Unizuri, the dangerous Tiga, a jiggy on the ball. He's now passed it through to another big man out there in 15. And Yuki Akawa comes back. And that's a Mosa there. Ababi Mosa puts the ball in. This will bounce. It has to be cleaned up late by Santosh Sherath. And Sresnath puts it out.
Composure, isn't it? In the back line. They're really calm. They're not panicking, but they're doing what's safe. You know, that's safety football, you know?
Yeah, composure is a good word, Morris. They've really shown that since they've lost that really key defender.
Yep.
And so, again, it doesn't end up. It's relentless. They've got to keep doing it. 63rd minute is about to lapse into the 52nd mark of this 63rd minute. Rossi Souness on the ball over what we call the fire station side in that corner. He's put his hands up to block the sun, puts a nice right footer with plenty of air. It's now been put back by Paredes. Again, it's dangerous while it stays in there. Santos gets his head to it, but Marley does as well. And then out comes a Sresnar. That's the replacement one in Sajal. Sresnar puts that out.
It's amazing, Bruce. They're all back. Hearts have got all 9 players all behind the ball. It's the desperation of not copping a goal. They said, we got to defend. We've got to attack together as a unit. So they're trying to stop all the advancement from the pressure that Azzurri is putting onto them. So it's interesting how long this can continue.
And I guess in that strategy, they're looking for number 9, their big number 9 central attacker, to actually on the counter do something. And so here we go. Let's see what happens. That Sresnath goes across. Unfortunately, that ball is just not the right place, but Sojal Sresnath will clean it up. Mahana Dihem's on there as well. Kasim Kine has the ball, the captain, number 18. He goes to the right to the sub, Sojal. Sojal Sresnath looks up. He's looking for someone to go to. He'll go across to another Sresnath in the 7, and that's Niroy. Niroy goes to Jock. Jock now goes to Bamali. Bamali takes his time, goes a couple of steps forward, goes inside. Delembo saw it coming and just picked it off the bottom of the freshest fruit on the apple tree then, and just picked it. And now Unizuri have the ball. Right, Tigo on the ball, just taking some time, taking some air, just playing patiently out. But this is going to be taken on now. Anai's in the wrong place. Jock is making a run on the left. No, come on, that was not what Rabin Sresnath should have done. That ball was just not into Jock's path. He's now got a niggle and injury. He's down filling his left calf. Now trying to run it off. Souness has got all the time in the world. He could have made lunch. My goodness. The ball now goes down to Stoppard. Stoppard on the ball now. He's asking, imploring someone to give him some options. He's going to have to go long, it looks. So he'll come over into the shade and puts his big left foot to that. Really got some height on that. You want to duck birds. Comes down. And now that's a Sresnar on the ball. Looks up, does a nice one through. This is a foot race. Well played by both Anai and the keeper. No one gave up there. Keeper won that one only as far as And the referee's now seen something against Jock.
A little bit of a sandwich there.
Yeah.
Yep. Referee's explaining.
Yeah,
no,
talking about your elbow.
Calm down. Yes. Yep.
And Jock with his usual response.
Yep.
Now he runs back, needs to get his mind fixed on this game. There's another 67 minute coming up, plenty of time. 23 minutes to get a result here for Hearts. Get your mind on the job. Santosh Schreffler puts the ball back. Stoppard goes to the grandstand side where all the shade is. And Bamali on the ball. Nice skill with his left as he has. That's Santosh Schreffler. Goes back to Bamali. Well played, Hearts, coming out of their end. Now Anai on the ball. Anai's going to take a run with this. And the ball's been kicked off and out of his pathway and over the goal line by Rd7. Why Anai would take this throw-in is beyond me, Morris, but anyhow.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyhow, it goes to Schreffler and they've lost the ball. Ball comes in. Nearly got the ball. Ball and foot.
And he's about to give he's
yellow
given a card. Yep.
And that's Nero Schreffler. He's picked up a yellow in the nearly the 68th minute. Right, sub-time. Nathaniel Paredes is coming off number 18. And so he's had a good shift of 68 minutes. And his replacement is Espoir Milk.
Milk, yeah.
And Milk is going to... Isn't he? He is, yeah. Rd7 puts the ball across into the sun. Hands up from Sojal Schreffler. Keep the sun out of his eyes. His captain's there as well. Strong play from the captain. And it'll be his ball and his throw-in. He's down now, I think, with a bit of fatigue. Getting up. Again, little ginger where he's got strapped his right knee there.
Yep.
Soldier Schreffler, at least they're in the right place taking the throw. Goes back to his captain. His captain looks up and skims across the midfield. Goes to Schreffler in Sawan. He goes up. There's Neroy. Neroy puts it through. And there's a foot race here between Jordan Pettigrew and Drama Mwizi. And Pettigrew wins that one. That's Amosa. Nice win back from the Hearts. Can they do something with this? Again, comes in from behind. The referee and the AR have seen something, as they should have. And most are certainly not going to argue with that, please.
No, he won't. No. That was a clear foul.
Yeah,
so.
There was CCT footage of that.
Of course there
and
is.
And an artist painted it as well. We have all the evidence we need, young man. Move out of there.
Get out of the way. Let's get on with the game.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up to halfway mark in the 69th minute. The debut keeper is getting his defensive line organised, Dylan McNeven. Now on the ball is number 21. This is Ashim Bamali. He has a lovely left foot. Will he have a shot? Go around the wall? Will he look for Anai, number 9? Referee still talking to the wall. He's happy with it now. He's looking into the box. He's about to bring his whistle on. He does. That just put the player off. Okay, Mohammadian gets to it. That'll be easily diffused. Disappointing from the Hearts. 21 moved in just before the whistle, and he was all off balance, young Ashim Bamali. Santosh Schreffler with the ball now. He'll let it bounce out. It's his ball. He'll throw it back in. There's going to be a sub. So Ben Kevitt pulls it up. Anthony Delembo's coming off. He's had 70 and a half minutes out there. So Anthony comes off. Another change in the midfield. So 21 off at 18 on. And 18 will be Anwar Ababor. Anwar is also in the select side. Under 23s for the NT. Saw him running around on Wednesday night. In the back, Rossi Souness.
Yep.
No argument
Rossi.
from him?
No, he walks away.
Yep.
He knows, it's a free kick. Gotcha.
Yep. So number 21 on the ball now. Ashim Bamali goes across field, but he's only going to find the big man, Inoki Kawasa. And Oki is on the ball. This will be a bit of well played, Soljal Schreffler. Well played to Soljal. He's a substitute. 2 well plays. There goes to Santosh Schreffler. Santosh Schreffler looks up. That's a wasted ball, really. It's a bit speculative. You need to have a really affirmative parcel on the ground and find your red shirt. So now we're back with number 15. And Yuki Akawa puts a ball across. And that's harmless as well. Goes to Stoppard.
Yep.
So he now moves forward to the box. He put a left footer on this. He's going into the breeze. So if it gets high, it's going to hold it up. And that's exactly what happens.
Yep,
it's coming right in front of our commentary area here on our Harvey Norman sofa.
Yes.
And bounces in there and stays there. So the Edwards will collect another ball. Now we have a sub. Jock comes from the field, number 3. 72-minute shift for him.
Yep.
And his replacement is Muhammad Al-Salah, number 8. Experienced player. Will need all his experience to get the Hearts out of this. Right, Teager on the ball, plays it back to Ababor. Anwar Ababor's first touch of the ball, number 18, the sub. There's another sub there too, Milk. And Milk's been brought down by the recent sub for Hearts and Muhammad.
I think he's just saying, look, I'm here, I'm on the park now.
Yep. Yep, so Muhammad let him know.
Yep.
That's number 8.
Game on, he's saying, game on.
For the Hearts. Right, Ross Souness on the ball now, number 17. He will put a good right footer in. It will give height. This wind will have an effect. And, of course, the keeper's in sunshine as well, so he's got the sun in his eyes. That's what you expect from Souness. That's a lovely ball, but didn't find the blue shirt. And again, Soljal Shesnath will follow that out, but it'll end up going for Yuki Akawa. And Akwara has the ball now. He throws it to Pedigree. Pedigree has the ability to throw these long throws in. He's gone short this time to Anwar Ababor, and he goes through only as far as Yuki. Now we get to the midfield where Adidas is standing very high. And Mosa on the ball. He's come back for it. He was looking for it again in a 1-2. Yep. Uniziri still has possession. Souness looks up, finds the head. There it is. Oh, my goodness. How well was that set up?
Yeah,
beautiful
lovely.
Cross, well weighted. Found the man he was looking for in number 10. And tell us the rest, Morris.
Yeah, look, you know, cross like that is perfect. You've got to put them away. If you're a goal scorer, get over that and get that in. But you know what? What a great move. And, if they continue this way, you might see a second goal come in. It's been pressing by Azzurri.
And usually number 10, Tiga Ajiki, would actually, get that ball down. He just couldn't control it.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah,
but
exactly.
He's very dangerous in the air as he is on the ground. Now, okay, we're back here in the shade and shadow of the grandstand. And that's Milk on the ball there. Puts a lovely ball through. He's on again. Milk will have a left hand if he gets it. No. Well collected, Kasim Kine. Kasim's looking for Muhammad Allah. Who's he going to go to? He goes to him now. He tried to. He's... So Muhammad comes back out. Muhammad Al-Salah is on the ball. Well played, Muhammad. Keep the ball. Keep it with you. He fell over the ball then. Didn't complain. Moved forward. That's Milk on the ball now. Souness goes across field. Soljal Shesnath on it.
Yep.
That's Rabin Shesnath on the ball there now. Muhammad Al-Salah has just got pickpocketed by Anwar Ababor, number 18, sorry. And that's offside. So a little flurry of activity there in the midfield. As I say, you could buy one of those cheap Indian carpets and put it over top. Are they ever full price?
I don't know.
Have you ever got a carpet from a carpet seller that's full price?
No,
in fact, I want to do that. I want to say I've actually bought a full price one. just to have some advantage over somebody. Something to talk about.
I normally get presents. I get them as a gift. I don't buy them.
Yeah. Oh, geez, they make me laugh. You don't get a lot of them in Darwin, but
no,
boy, in the southern states, every carpet you know is half price.
Oh, yeah, half price carpet.
So we move along here. Back to the football game, 75th minute, and this is round 7. So running from right to left on your screen is Darwin Hearts. They're one down on the scoreboard. They've got 15 minutes and a bit to get some parity on the board and hopefully get another one and get ahead. But Azzurri got plenty of plans on that. This will come out to stop the great custodian for the Hearts. He gets it started, but Mosa, well, good work for number 6. Look at that. That's desperate.
Yeah, that is.
Offside, unfortunately, but great play for number 6, Mosa. Put those long legs to good use there.
And, compliments, and I've got to say congratulations to Raditas. He stuck to his game plan second half. They're still winning it in the midfield, aren't they, Bruce?
Yeah. And to your point, Morris, the midfield is key. Absolute key in this game, and Hearts just haven't get any ascendancy there. And they need it because that's how they feed their flanks. And they haven't been able to feed either left or right today. That's unfortunate for Muhammad. If he had that time again, he'd go, no, I wouldn't do that.
No, he wouldn't.
So that was just in front of Anwar. So Anwar Ababor, he's okay. He's moved forward and he's the sub number 18. So Raditas number 20 will take this set restart. He puts it in, has some length trying to find Tiga Ajika. He does find him. It bounces off his body, the big body. And now that's gone to Mimosa with nice skills from him. He's looked through there. That's lovely work to another one. That is, but it's not. Offside?
Yeah, that's an offside.
Yeah, so he called that an offside, so they'll come back to that. That's Uki Aquara.
It looks like we're about to have a substitution here for Hearts.
And the shot went wide anyhow.
Yeah. He's
so
a favourite, isn't he?
He's a bit of a fan favourite, and the crowd's enjoying that. Lots of smiles there. And Santosh Schreffler has just come off. Number 12, he's had a good 77 minutes. He's been fantastic at the back. Well done, Santosh.
Definitely, yep.
Great performance from him. And he's been replaced by number 11. It's Makana Nalu. And Nala will go up in the front. So they're looking for a goal. Mohamed Al-Salah on the ball. Puts in a nice little cross. That's Neroy Shefsworth. He goes across. Keepers come out early for this. And early and effectively. Well played. Is the debut keeper for Unizuri today in Dylan McNevin. Dylan moves in. Likes to start him from the ground and does. So here's the sub. He'll be fiery. Makana Nalu on the ball now. I don't think he saw the big lingering shadow come on him, which was Yuki Aquara. And that's stopped it there, but still remaining with the lads from Hearts in the red and navy blue. And they look like they've moved Barony Anai to the actual central defensive role. Usually be up front. So he's moved in that defensive role. They've moved the kids up front, looking for something different. And one of those young speedsters is number 5, Juma Louisi, number 5 for Hearts. So Morris, that's a change of plan. They move their single strike forward out in defence and put 3 really pacey kids up the front. Yeah,
well, look, they've got to try something because it's whatever they've been doing hasn't been penetrating through. I mean, Dylan hasn't had to really save any super shots or any dangerous shot at goal. So he has to try something. The coach has to explore or innovate.
Great observation. So we're now on the 79th minute, so we've got 10... coming up to 10.5 minutes of regulation time left. We'll have some time added. It won't be a lot at this stage. Raditas on the ball. In sunshine. Kicks it into now shadow. Where it's a tussle between 2 players. Another tussle. This ball's accidentally hit a hand. The referee's going to allow play on. That's a wasted ball from Mahab Tayyib. And Neroy Shesnath, as ever, eager on the ball. Tried to bring down number 19, or the ball, not the player. And that player, Esquire Milk, is on it now. He's number 7's come back from Hearts and done some positive work. He'll now get the ball from Bamali. Shresnath on this side. Goes back to Bamali. Lovely skills for a tall man. Look at that. That's a beautiful ball to Mohamed Al-Salah. He goes early. That is wasted. They just don't have a lot of chances. They've 9 minutes to go and a bit. They've got to make them pay, Morris.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, Edwards on the run. Tucking in comes the call from Mimosa. Now, Milk goes across. That's a good ball, Milk. Right onto the chest. He'll have a first-time shot, and he does. And that's Yuki Aquara, number 15, tall man. Yep. He'd be 6'4", or in the new scale, 7,000 metres.
He's got great control, bro.
He's great control.
Yeah, he's just got some skill on him. So
ball remains. Sojoel's gone down. Sojoel Shrethneth. So he'll pick it up now and restart this game. Stop it or take this. So 81 minutes about to roll over. Can Hearts get one back? Can they get a point out of this game? Can they get 3 points? Can Unizuri keep their 3? We'll know in the next 9 minutes and a bit. Stoppard moves in. Round 7 match this is. Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park on Larrakia Nation. Lazy work from both players. And I wins it with some deception. but only as far as Edwards, number 2 for Uni Azzurri. So he pushes into the shadow and the grandstand side. He's put it over and wasted the ball as well. Everyone's just off their game at the moment, so someone needs to reconfigure. And if you're a striker, this is the time you love. They're all having a sleep. Right, here we go. Mahmoud Dayam on the ball. He goes to a Schreffler. Mohamed Al-Salah is easily dispossessed, but no, the referee saw something. They'll come back. So Hearts have a chance to reset.
Yep.
Anai brings the ball up, as he should. He said, I'll restart this. Now you do that at Bamali. So Bamali will restart it. This will be into the breeze, coming down from McMillan's road end. It's quite a strong breeze coming in across the goals. Ashim Bamali on the ball. His left foot is a nice left foot. He's still waiting for that timing. Now he can go. Puts it up, gets flight. That's going to hold up. No height from Hearts side. That's a high ball. That was a high kick from Pedigree. Referees let it go. The ball now still remains with Hearts. Goes back in. That'll be a yellow card.
Yep.
I think that's a delayed yellow as well.
It is.
For the high boot he let go. Ever seen a high boot given a penalty in the box? Is that in the rules? I don't think it is
Mate, you know, the high boot and the penalty, it's
a long way from goal.
It's an indirect.
Yeah, I think it is. Thank God you're here.
Yeah, well.
You know? You need people to understand the rules. Okay, here we go. Hand up to his face, trying to keep the sun out of those eyes. This is a Schreffler. It's Rabin Schreffler. He's got Anai loose on the box. Will he go to him? Will he go for height? There's not much height. There's only 8 in there, which is Mohamed Al-Salah. For Hearts, I'm talking about. 21, Ashim Bamali has some height. Will they go short? The referee's in the way. Blows his whistle now. Goes up with height, and that is a wasted ball.
That's wasted. I mean, that's an area where you should be able to penetrate and cause some concerns to the opposition, isn't it, Bruce? We've got to consolidate this late in the game. You can't actually spill those or waste those.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head, mate, and it's radio and live streaming.
Yep.
But the head is shaking, as yours was. What a wasted opportunity. He'd love to have that again, Rabin. And our first game for Hearts. He's been out there for 84 minutes. And he's been dogged and determined. Anyhow, the ball comes off. The debut keeper got plenty of length on that one, plenty of wind behind it as well. And the keeper we're talking about is Dylan McNevin. Right. The ball's been pulled up by the referee. Ball's now still. Rabin Schreffler getting out of the way. Radidas on the ball, coming up to 29 seconds into the 84th minute. Now 30. So there won't be long in this minute to go, and the ball's still with Uni Azzurri. That's too far for either Milk or for a Tiga. Stoppard now in shade goes short to Anai. Anai will go back to his keeper. He does that. Stoppard's looking to go across to Kasim Kine. No, he's staying on the left-hand side, put his left boot to it. This will be held up by this pretty strong breeze coming in from there. And Radidas just too smart. Too smart. Came in around, made Mohamed Al-Salah commit, and unfortunately a infraction.
Yep, he's done that before, Bruce. I've seen it in many games. He's pretty clever with that
the
role.
Magician.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, here we go. So he puts the ball through. This one's a better length on it. Anai gets his foot to it. Mahutiam gets there as well. Anai still on the ball. Referee's playing advantage. No, he's not. And it looks like Mamoun Diem down, I think.
It's funny, I missed that because I was waiting.
Following the ball through?
The ball.
It's actually Kasim Cohen, the keeper. I'm sorry, keeper. They're captain.
Okay. Yep.
Kasim Cohen's down. The referee needs to look on him as well at the moment.
Definitely.
Don't worry about number 8. The player needs some work.
Coach looks worried. He's saying, when can I go on? Look, he's over there talking to Ryan Prescott on the line.
Yeah. So he's up now. Still doesn't look okay. He walks away gingerly. Wipes sweat from his brow and gets back. Played still very ginger, favouring that foot. Right, we're in the 86th minute. There's still time for Hearts to get on some sort of parity on this board. Get 1-1. Get a point out of the game. University of Azzurri want to keep their 3. So important at the moment in the middle of the table where they sit at number 4 on this Men's Premier League here in Darwin, that they get 3 points today. It's getting congested in that midfield. Right, out it comes. Mohamed Al-Salah on the ball. He turns on the inside, still has the ball, reaches out with his left foot. Jumble of players in there, comes out through Mimosa. Mimosa now goes across to Milk, and Milk will let that run through his legs and over the grandstand side. It is over the goal line. We'll have a throw in. Again, we're going to see one of the midfielders or a forward take that, which we find a little annoying. Goes back to Ashim Bamali on his right foot. He's not his preferred side. He puts the ball in. It only goes as far as Tiga Ajiki. Tiga puts it along to Mimosa. Mimosa goes exactly long, and it'll run in front of Milk. Anai goes in. Plays silly buggers. Play on. Ball still in there. Go Ashima Basmali.
They're saying, can't you see one of my players down? I mean, that happens in football right across the world. I mean, around the world.
Yeah.
You're losing 1-0. You're not going to kick the ball out. I mean, it is...
It's a contest.
It is a contest, Bruce, and they've got to be open to that. Azzurri got to realise that, I wouldn't knock the ball out. You don't do that.
That's right. So Milk's on the ground, and I'm sorry to say it, but he was milking something. He was.
Well, look, he looks all right.
Yeah, so he looks up, he walks away. But now the referee's talking the AR. I don't know what this is about, because in the flow of the game, they both didn't see anything.
Yep.
Come on, we're in the 88th minute. Let's just see what happens. Milk with a nice handshake there, or hand slap with Mamoun Diem.
Ben's.
Ball's going to be restarting. He's going to have a talk to Diem. No, he's going to talk to Anai. No, he's going to give him a yellow card. He's giving him a red.
That's his second yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He's not happy. He's wiped his face from the sweat. He leaves and goes to the technical area, still shaking his head. Hearts are down to 10 men. So we have a little bit of drama and theatre in the 88th minute, and there's not much of the 88 minutes to go. So they're down to 10 men. We love adversity. Let's see what they can do in Hearts.
Let's see. Go.
Down to 10. Need to get a goal. Azzurri got 3 points. Just there, ripe, sitting at the bottom of the tree. Can they pick it off? Let's see what happens. That's Neroy Shevsnov with the ball. He gives it now to the referee. The referee restarts this, as in the new rules.
He's saying just kick it back. Sporting. Pierce foot.
Ball bounce.
And bang.
Kicks in, well played. Puts it down there. It's going to be a run for both the AR. And it'll keep running. And it keeps running. Right, so it's now by number 21. Ashim Bamali needs to get this started. He has urgency about him. He needs someone else to come to him. And unfortunately, the only person that came to him was a opposition player. So that's Milk on the ball now. Tiga in there. Ajiki. That's Ross Souness showing all his skills. Ball comes up over the top. Ball still in play. Bit of aerial combat at the moment. It's coming down now to two of the smaller players on the field. Okay, there's an intervention by Makana. Nalu, he's on the ball again. Nalu, number 11, nice skill from him. Advantage being played, and most of them behind his back again. But they just ran out. The referee saw that. Yeah, he played that, gave him the advantage, and pulls it up there now. Right, 90 minutes of regulation time gone. We're into time added on. 1-0 in favour of Azzurri. This goal was scored, I don't know, it seems like last week.
In
the first of half. There's been a penalty that was taken. There's a frustrating shot in the sense that both with frustration and frustration that far out.
And it's
number
something
16,
like that.
Robin Shresnaf with that one. Now we have a dangerous Atiga on the attack. He does not miss these, and he does not miss that
and
one.
And that put it to bed. That's lovely.
Sensational play. Sensational play from the big man, number 10.
Definitely.
He picked that up. Tiga Ajiki kept it in front of him. No way was he going to let that opportunity go. And he's now got 2 goals.
He has.
And Azzurri have 2.
What vision from Dylan, the debut goalkeeper. He's just brilliant. And we said that the midfield had to be won. The game had to be won in midfield. And, compliments to the coaching staff. They've done it quite really good today. And, yeah, well done, Azzurri.
Yep, they got a 2-0 on the scoreline, and the big fella has got 2 today, one from the penalty spot and that one with a runaway counter. He was so good on the ball, and he's a surprising pace on him. And when he had the opportunity to put it past Stoppard, he did exactly that.
Definitely.
Right, Schreffler on the ball again. He goes across to Mahmoud Diem to Bamali. Bamali looks up, goes back to him. They have to run this back, number 4. There'll be pressure on you from Milk. Stoppard comes way out of his goal. He needs something here. And Moses is going to have a shot. No, he didn't. He nearly did. So this time, Teague looks up and finds Aquara. Aquara is well and truly offside. Could have driven my car between that and the defender.
We did.
So he'll have to come back. And we've got a few of those brown hawks around. What are they actually? Are they called brown hawks, or are they probably a better name than that?
I just call them hawks, mate.
Hawks?
They do,
Yeah.
they're hawks.
They do a lot of the work of what you'd call the crows do in the southern part of Australia.
What they do,
clean up the place.
They clean up everything.
Yeah.
Their vision is superb. They
Yeah.
can see a lot
If
better
they
than
play
I can.
football, Jesus, watch out. There goes the whistle.
And there we go.
2-0 victory to Uni Azzurri in the blue and white and the white socks. They'll go home happy. Darwin Hearts back to the drawing board, back to training. That's a loss for them. They're down to 10 men as well. They'll be without their big man, Biami Anai, next week. And I'm sure the report will come from the referees, and we'll see what that send-off was for. I think they're saying there was a headbutt, but I'm not sure. I didn't really see
I missed that. That's
that
the one I
dramatically,
missed,
but
right.
he did move his head towards Milk.
Okay, yeah.
So anyhow, we'll see what happens when the reports come in from the referees. So, round 7, second game after Port Darwin won last night 4-2 over Casuarina. We have a win today for Uni Azzurri 2-0 over Darwin Hearts. My name is Bruce Stalder. I've got Morris Duraga over here. We'll come back and have some highlights of the game, give you a couple of last minutes, and then we'll say good evening or good afternoon, and we'll see you back here at 8 o'clock for the game between the tabletop Mindel against the almost tabletop Hellenic. It's going to be a great game at 8 o'clock.
Definitely.
But the midfield's starting to get very busy around the fourth position and third position on the table. Yeah, so we'll take a short break, go to a graphic and come back and have a look at some of the highlights and pick apart the second half, first half, and then really I want to talk to you about Hearts and what they need to do over the next week. Right, 17 on the ball then. That's Sharan Schreffler.
Yes, he's given a penalty.
Yeah, he has. Lots of shaking of the hands from the defensive. Stoppard is in. Stoppard makes himself bigger if he can. He's already a man mountain. In they move. He's got his hand to it, drove the right way, but it's been successful in the end. It'll come in and bounce into the back corner of that goal, but Jordan picked the right way, got down low, got his hand to it, but it's still got into the back of the net.
You would have to, Bruce. Yeah, you wouldn't leave anyone free or loose. There we go.
That's got a bit more height. Goes over the top. Goes to Peter. Peter takes the shot. And Peter, as I'm talking about, is Peter Reditas. That's a nice cross in. Skims off the back of the head of Yuki Kakara. Put it back in again dangerously where Tiga is. Tiga would like that. And thank you to their elders past, present, and those emerging for permission to be here today. All right, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is still dangerous. But how good was Stoppard then? How we have Niroy and left back and Santos in the centre.
Yep.
And Sharan on this side. Right, the ball comes in. It goes over the head of the keeper. There was an opportunity. And that's come off the head of... Got dispossessed. And now we're on a counter raid. And this is very dangerous. We'll see what happens here. He goes round the keeper, but too far. He goes round the keeper and around the goals. And for it again in a 1-2. Yep. Untitled still has possession. Soonest looks up, finds the head. There it is. Oh, my goodness. How well was that set up?
Yeah,
beautiful cross, well weighted. Frustration that far out.
And it's
number 16,
like
Robin Schreffler with that one. Now we have a dangerous Atiga on the attack. He does not miss these, and he does not miss that one.
And that put it to bed. That's lovely.
Sensational play. Sensational play from the big man, number 10.
Definitely.
He picked that up. Tiga Ajiki kept it in front of him. No way was he going to let that opportunity go, and he's at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. In the end, a win, 2-0 to Azzurri over Darwin Hearts. Azzurri sitting at 4th. Don't know where this puts them in the table. I think they're probably very close to Casuarina in 3rd place now, so that's a great win, Morris. I've got Morris Dorega with me, and I've also got Jordan Pettigrew. Jordan, thanks for joining us. Jordan, I'll just pass the mic to you. You had a really good game in the left-back position. I just want to quickly talk about your defensive there with Reditas, yourself, Edwards over this side. Very sound, mate. I mean, the last few weeks it's just got sounder and sounder and sounder. You look really comfortable.
Yeah, well, it's just credit to what we do at training, I guess, week in, week out. We work on our shape, sliding as one, and I guess it pays off game day.
Now, when the position you set, you had a good look at your midfield today. So you had Amosa in there, Delembo and Tiga at one stage. You just took control.
Yeah, well, when you've got a midfield 3 of those boys and the options that we do have on the bench there, it's always, I think we're going to give anyone trouble when we turn up and play some football along the path. Yeah, and I think that's the case. I'll just get you to pass the mic to... Actually, you keep hold of the mic. I'll give this to Morris. Morris, you ask your questions from this one. This is the special mic. This is the platinum mic. Yeah, mate, you'll sound good on this.
Okay. So, look, we're talking about your coach's strategy in the game, and we said that to Bruce earlier on. We said, look, he said to me, we just got to break them in the midfield. And you did that, didn't you? What's your take? What's your view on that? So I said to Bruce, you won the midfield battle. Would be a fair call?
Well, yeah, I think so. Our game plan pretty much is to just get us as high as we can, our fullbacks wide, so it creates that space for the boys to come into the channels, pick up, link up in the middle with the 3, and even Tiga up top or Chris up top. Bring them into the game, and I think that's how we overrun some teams. And
the last goal, we had a look at the vision from Dylan. He made that's his debut, isn't it? Yeah. Well, how did he feel? Do you trust the goalkeeper? Because you get a new player that's only you've met through a couple of training sessions, and bang, he's doing that kind of stuff. How confident is that?
It's really good. When I seen him about to kick it, I was getting a bit nervous, but I've been told that he's a star AFL player as well, so he's obviously got that vision.
Mate, he does everything union as well, I'm told. Jordan, I just want to quickly talk about the COVID time, the time you had off, because you're a left back that overlaps a lot, so you've got a pretty good engine. Are you feeling more comfortable in the game now? Is the fitness getting there?
Yeah, absolutely. Just from what we're doing in the break, and I think the boys have been doing their own extras when we obviously weren't allowed to train, and that's done us well, I think. And then getting back, it was just getting those few combinations right, which we've obviously taken a bit of time over the last few weeks.
Now, listen, I had a long time in the A-League, and it was always priceless to find a good left footer and someone who can make those runs on the left. It's a pretty comfortable place for you. Have you always played that position as a kid coming through, or is this something that's...
No. I've only played left back maybe the last 2-3 years.
Is that right?
Years, yeah.
Oh, well, you made it your own. So what were you before that?
Bit of everywhere, really. Growing up, played on the left wing, and then when I was maybe 16, moved up to number 9.
Okay.
And had a few years off, and then when I've come back, playing have just slotted back into the left.
Jordan, every player I talked to had a time at number 9. Everybody's been a striker. Even John Tamboris, and that makes me go flip. He was 9. So listen, Jordan, congratulations, 2-0 today. The side getting their mojo. You seem to be understanding what Rd7, your coach, wants. And as you said, it's just going through the training paddock, and now we're seeing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Mate, I wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Please stay fit, stay safe. We'll talk to you again when you win next time.
Thank you very much.
That's Jordan Pettigrew, the overlapping left back. He had a sensational game for Uni Azzurri today. They went home winners 2-0, 2 goals to 1 person in the big number 10, Tiga Ajiki, really finally taken penalty, and then a runaway counter where he was just on the boil, came up to the keeper and just slotted it past. 2-0, Uni Azzurri over Darwin Hearts. Morris, one last question. What do Hearts do this week in training? That's now, I think, 3 losses on the trot. They really need to regroup and get one.
Mate, you know, Damon's going to basically tell him straight, you've got to press. You've got to take charge of that midfield. And, you know, you don't want your forwards taking throwings. So I don't know if that was an instruction by the coaching staff, but definitely, you know, we're shaking our heads to say you just can't have valuable strikers and midfielders taking throwings when you're trying to come back and get control of the match. So definitely we're working on the pressing game and that.
Yeah, that's one thing we noticed, and there were a few others too, Morris, you said throughout the call. So they do good to have a watch back that and listen to some of the insights you gave us. Morris, thank you for coming in. Always great to hear from you.
Thank you, Bruce.
I know you've got plenty more to do in the game of football, probably in about the next minute or so. My name is Bruce Stalder. Thank you for joining us here. 2-0 to Uni Azzurri over over Darwin Hearts, and Port Darwin won last night 4-2 over Casuarina. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 games on the Perform Network. We'll be back at 8 o'clock with the headlining act, and that is Mindel taking on Hellenic. But thank you for your support wherever you're watching and wherever the screens are, right around the country, around the world. We really appreciate your support. Darwin Football Stadium, Darwin Football Men's Premier League. Good night.